I wanted to share with you the first iPhone app for MWSUG. This is the first year that we're trying it out. I have it under here in my utilities. And within the iPhone app, there are several sections, the first one being the events. This lists everything chronologically. So, for example, you can scroll up and down starting on Friday here, or you can tap on one of these dates on the right. So if you want to jump to the 25th, you can tap on that. It jumps directly to Sunday. So you can actually view both papers and events. Events are signified with a slightly different icon here. For example, the opening session here is a slightly different icon than either the classes or the presentations. If you were to want to know where it's located, you can go into that and click on the View Map. This shows you the map of the conference, in this case the Marriott, and its specific room number. This is the Grand Ballroom. In a similar way, if you go into any of the actual paper presentations here, you can click on that specific room, and you can actually zoom in on that specific room or zoom out to see how the layout of the conference hotel is. Now, in addition to viewing these papers and events, you can actually search for specific events. For example, we were looking at opening session. If you were to type OPEN, it will list anything with the word open in it. In this case, the opening session and another paper with the word open in it. If you were to go over to the papers, well, this is not listed chronologically but by section. So as you can see here, the first section is application development. If you scroll down, you see Coder's Corner and conference training and so forth. So all the papers are listed here. You no longer see the events, but in a similar way you can search for everything. For example, if I'm interested in all papers dealing with ODS, I can type ODS and it lists these papers here that you can search for. It looks like I misspelled ODS here, ODS. So you can actually search by the actual category or the title of the paper, or you can search for the author's name. For example, Kirk Lafler here has several papers. So if I were to type in Kirk, for example, K-I-R-K, you can see all the papers here by Kirk, which is quite a few. So that's an easy way of searching for something. And once you find that particular paper, you can look at the abstract and read the person's biography. Then you can click on View Map, and in a similar way, it would go to that specific room where it's being presented. In addition, there's this icon on the upper right called Attend. If you were to tap on that, it will save that presentation. So let me do one other one. So I have two presentations, and if you were to navigate to your schedule, you see those are the two that I have created within my own personal schedule. You can of course edit that, and if you decide to change your mind, you can delete that particular paper. So you can kind of build your own schedule, which is very nice. In a similar way to the maps, you can actually view all the rooms and go to the specific map in that room within the larger map. And lastly, I want to show you the Twitter feature. This shows you a Twitter feed, up-to-date Twitter feed of all the discussions with the hashtag of MWSUG11. I just posted one earlier that describes that the iPad or the iPhone app has been approved. You can also log in with your own account, and then you can tap in here and type your own message here, testing here. If I were to do test, it will actually send this message, but note that there is a tag for MWSUG11. So once that's posted, it takes a few seconds, but it looks like it's done. it sends it to Twitter, and then of course this gives me a Twitter feed. So that new test that I just typed is now part of the list. So during the conference there would be multiple users. Now, in addition, you can actually take a picture of anything. I don't have anything here, but if you were to take a picture, that picture will be saved and added to your Twitter message as well. So that's a good way of recording all the things that are happening at the conference with text and also with pictures.